Can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities enough, I come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch I step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch how I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities enough, I come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one without his glasses, and I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, what's going on with you, fam?
Not much, man. Trying to make it through the day. It's been a long one. I was up late last night watching some fights, so it's good, man. How about you?
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredibly lovely right now. No, I'm single parenting it for this week, so it's already started off to be a long day, but doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we got to keep it going. So let's go ahead and make it do what it do Let's start off by saying shout out to the people that support the channel, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to website design, logo design, or any features in terms of your marketing, reach out to Rock Dog Interactive and they can help you. Black Father Figures doing wonderful work out here in the community. That is the League of Legacies, and I certainly appreciate what it is that he's doing. And then Nadaj Vodka. Jason, after this week, I will need a tremendous amount of Nadaj Vodka because my kids will run me crazy. Nadaj Vodka has that kiwi taste. I can drink it either on the rocks or I can mix it with my favorite chaser. Go check it out. www.nadajvodka.com. Black owned, out of Jacksonville, Florida. All right, Jay. Let's see who all we got in the chat, man. You know we got to give some love to the folks in the chat. We got Lil J in the building. What's going on with your fam? Big Herm in the building. What's going on? John Mack. What's going on with your family? Chick. What's going on with your fam? Jason Williams, my guy, is in the building. Detroit, BC, in the building. Brandon House from Uppercuts Boxing is in the building. Let's see, Ohio style lyrics. What's going on with your fam? Comic Fly, I see you. Jake, I see you. Gina, it's always love. Barbara D, what's going on with you? Glad you're in the building. I think that's everybody I currently see in the chat. Make sure you go ahead and smash the like button before we jump into this boxing content. And oh, by the way, you guys may not know this, but we do have AM Sports Cover 4. That's our new college football channel. It is growing at a fairly rapid pace, Jay. We're approaching 200 subscribers. Had a really big video the other day. I think it's around 6,300 views or so. So go check out the Cover 4 podcast. We will link the channel in the chat as well. All right, Jay, I think that's all I had to say, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, real quick. Hey, I think the people want to know, at least Jason William want to know, what song you listen to when you go to Planet Fitness to work out?
I don't go to no damn Planet Fitness. I work out at my crib.
Ain't my word, my man. That's what Jason, when he's like, Jason, that must be his Planet Fitness motivation track. The song, that's our intro song.
No, what I listen to when I'm getting ready to work out, man, is usually like some, so I was listening to, what was I listening to the other day? Devil in the Blue, whatever it was, from Kanye West. Lil Rick Ross, definitely listened to some, who else I'm listening to, man? I listen to a lot of Young Dolph when I work out. So stuff like that, man. Stuff that's going to get me motivated to really get in there and knock it out. Ryan Prince is in the building. He said Jason's knees are in the building, Jay. He's letting everybody know those knees are in the building. All right, Jay, where do we want to start off with? JWG, Jay Greg.
I'm good.
Huh?
I'm good. The insurance paid for my new knee, so I'm good. Ryan Prentice.
There you go. If you guys don't know, Ryan Prentice is the other member of a trio that we have, our college buddy as well. All right, Jay, where you want to go from here?
Damn, they say you listen to Willow Smith when you work out.
Say what? Ain't nobody say that, man. Shut up.
They did say that. They said Greg Cappy, he listens to Willow Smith when he working out.
I don't see that nowhere. Oh, Comic Fly.
Hey. See?
No, man, I listen to that gangster stuff, bro. That's how I get pumped up, man. I be on that gangster stuff.
Yeah, I be listening to T.I., Pop, Lil Jon, a lot of Southern music, so get me going. But yeah, did you catch the fight last night at all?
I didn't catch it.
The Raymond Ford fight? Yeah, that was a lot of people were talking about it in the chat, so I just go ahead and get that out the way right now. So Raymond Ford fought for a vacant 126-pound belt, and it was a tough ass fight. I had him down going into the last round. He ended up, showing he had a dog, and he got the dude up out of there with like 7 seconds left. At first, I thought it could have been a standing Aiken because he caught the dude and made dude turn, and dude fell against the rope. But there's no standing 8 count in the championship fight, so the referee stopped the fight appropriately in that fight there. So some people, I'm reading online, people are mad about the stoppage, but Ford dug deep, man. He gonna be a problem. He already said he can't make 126 no more, so he's moving up to 130. Him and O'Shaquie Foster were going at it on Twitter. O'Shaquie Foster talking about he's food at 130. I'm like, nah, Ford ain't food at 130. that boy can fight. He got dog in him. But it was a damn good fight, possibly fight of the year. I mean, it's early to say, but we haven't been getting those fights that's been, equal fights like that too often. And he was an underdog in the fight, actually. So, I mean, he came through and handled business. Dude had, I think, 13 wins, 12 on by knockout, and Ford was 14-0 with, I believe, 7 knockouts, and I believe 1 draw. But he's going to be a name to pay attention to in the 130-pound division. Might be up to 135 in a few years, but definitely at 130. So, hell of a fight. Top Rank did a great job on ESPN Plus with that. Bomac had some fighters on the undercard. They had, I believe it was a heavyweight. I forget his name right now. I'm old guy, so forgive me. But he had a great fight. Got a knockout. That was a good card last night with them. But yeah, now moving on to some of the things that were going on this week here. So it was rumored about Canelo being close to a deal with Munguia. It's been all over the place, whether it would be, we know some people that were close to the scene, they said that, it's going to be under with either Matchroom, with the Zone, whatnot, but come to find out, it might not be. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how close they are to this deal with Canelo and Munguia. Still not the fight we want, not the fight anyone's asking for. It's a fight we're going to have to settle for because he ain't fighting David Benavidez, y'all. So that ship has sailed, and David has moved on to 175 to be a Mando at 110 for a fight to be a Mando at 175 for the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev later this year. So do you think the fight's going to get settled between Canelo and Munguia? I mean, we're getting close to. We have less than 8 weeks to that fight date.
Let me just start off by saying this. Some of these folks that are on this channel, they're going to start listening to me. I'm talking about the Tunnel Visions of the world. I'm talking about the John Max of the world. I'm talking about these guys. When I tell them stuff, Jason, they don't want to believe and listen and hear what I'm telling them, Jay. I told Tunnel Vision that it wasn't going to be no damn David Benavidez, but he swore me up and down it's going to be David Benavidez. I've been telling John Mack to stop listening to Rick Glacier, but he doesn't want to stop listening to him. Rick Glacier does not know anything about what's going on with the PBC. And if somebody points to the fact that he mentioned that Showtime was going out of business one more time, there were many people that knew about that. Jay, did you know about that? Because I knew about it. We knew about it what? We did a video. No, but hold on. We did a video about Steven Espinoza, because they asked him point blank, was Showtime getting out of the business of boxing? And he said no. And during that time, we hinted, we said, his mannerisms and this and that and this. But in reality, we already knew it because it had already been confirmed to us like 2 months earlier. So we already knew this. So y'all got to stop listening to these guys, man. You got to stop listening to these guys because they have an ulterior motive, and they're trying to spread. Listen, if a guy tells you that he has an issue with an entity, why are you believing what it is he say? I'm sorry, I'm going off on a rant. Let's talk about David Benavidez. So David Benavidez. Yeah. So
to your point about people like that, if you look at, that guy with the initials RG, you look at his Twitter.
Yeah.
Probably about 90% is about 90 to 95% of it is PBC hate.
Yeah.
So like you said, your point, he has an agenda. He won't say anything positive no matter what they do. So I mean,
exactly.
It is what.
I mean, read the tea leaves, man. The writing is on the wall. There's a reason why nobody else is reporting the things that Rick Glacier is reporting. It's a reason. So let's come on, man. But anyway, David Benavidez, shout out to David Benavidez for moving up to 175 pounds and not holding up his career for Canelo Alvarez. That is the absolute right move for David Benavidez. Move on with your career, man. This dude is not going to get into the ring with you. He has no intentions of ever fighting you. Now, as far as Canelo Alvarez is concerned, and he has Jaime Munguia, who's currently on the agenda. We'll see what ends up. I think that can be commercially successful, considering the fact that it's two Mexicans that'll be in the ring with each other, and I think Mexico is going to come out in droves to support that. Huh?
He's fighting a Mexican?
Yeah, he's fighting a Mexican. Yeah, I think Mexicans are going to come out in droves to support that, so I think it can be commercially viable. But honestly, Canelo needs to be in the ring with David Benavidez. That's the fight that everybody wants. That's the biggest fight in the sport. At least I think it's the biggest fight in the sport right now. And I know there's a lot of Terence Crawford fans that are in the comment section right now that's going to be screaming, "Oh, it's Bud, it's Bud." But in reality, it's not Bud. Bud may be the second biggest fight, but he's definitely not the biggest. So we'll see what ends up happening with Canelo Alvarez, man. I've had several Canelo Alvarez rants. I think he's a PUSSY. That's just my personal opinion. Sorry for the ladies if I offend you in the comment section, but that's what I feel he is. He's somebody that's not willing to take on the biggest and best opponents at his weight division at the time where they're the biggest and best opponents. And I don't want to hear anything about what his resume was. I'm talking about what he's doing today. And what he's doing today and what he's also done throughout his career are the guys that are most dangerous he avoids, at the time when they're the most dangerous. Like right now, he wants some of Jamal because Jamal is easy pickings considering where he's at currently. So it is what it is. We know David Benavidez said that Canelo Alvarez was offered $60 million. And I'm not sure if that was a guarantee, but definitely $60 million. And that may have included all of the pay-per-view revenues. All he was going to take away from the fight was $5 million. And he didn't even want to do that. Bitch made at his finest.
100%. 100%. Oh, and a good point by Jay. Jay said Canelo is also fighting someone signed to someone he said he never would do business with. I mean, all this not to fight Benavidez. And the sad thing about it, I had Canelo still being able to beat Benavidez. I just want to see the damn fight.
Facts.
So I mean, all we want to do is see the best fighting the best, and this ain't it. People try to say, "Oh, you were clowning. You were wrong when you said he did a European diet." He didn't fight the better fighters at that time. Y'all gonna say Billy Joe Saunders? He fought freaking Amir Khan. Stop it. Tired of him. Hell of a fighter, but his moves, to Greg's point, are bitch made. That's what they are. I'm not paying for that fight. Not doing it. Not happening.
We know you're not the company paying for it. AM Sports Media is paying for it. It pays for it for you. So we know you're not paying for it, or at least I do.
You're out there like that though, man.
How am I putting you out there? I mean, you keeping it real. You're not paying for it. The business is. Anyway.
They don't need to know how I'm gonna have access to it. They don't need to know all that.
Okay. All right.
They don't need no details like that. So but yeah, so that's the deal. That's the saga with that. It's short turnaround time because they usually want about 10 to 12 weeks. The promo, they have about 8 weeks. So we'll see if something happens this week and it comes out. We'll see what happens then. So moving on to someone that was interviewed this weekend because he was in Puerto Rico for the Amanda Serrano fight and whatnot was Bud. So Bud's supposedly a free agent. He said that he wasn't going to fight Thurman beforehand, but now it's being rumored that now his potential next fight would be the winner of Tim Tszyu and Thurman. Now, with the throw a monkey wrench into this whole situation here, if Thurman beats Tim Tszyu, Thurman's going to have that win, but he won't have the belt. So which one be a better move for Bud? The fight Thurman, because Thurman got the win over Tim Tszyu, or to fight Tim Tszyu and get his belt? He's probably going to go to Tim Tszyu to get the belt.
I just need to see Terence Crawford take an L. As long as he takes the L, I'm happy. That's really what I want to see. That's the better move for Terence Crawford. That's going to support all the hate that they say that I have for Terence Crawford. But no, in reality, the better move for Terence Crawford is whoever wins. In my opinion, is whoever wins. So that could be either Keith Thurman or that could be Tim Tszyu. But if Keith Thurman were to beat Tim Tszyu and then Terence Crawford turned around to beat Tim Tszyu, what is that really saying about Terence Crawford? Not a whole lot. I mean, you just won a title. It's a dummy title because the 147-pounder already moved up and beat Tim Tszyu, even though he didn't get crowned a champion. So personally, I think he should fight whoever the winner is. And let's keep it a buck. We all know that Terence Crawford is not about legacy anymore. He's about making the biggest dollar, and I'm not mad at him for that. That's absolutely what he should be doing.
Not at all.
Right now, he's in a position where he's at the height of his career after being in the sport about 18, 20 years and 36 years old. He's finally reached the pinnacle of the sport. And now this is not, that was a backhanded compliment. And now he has the opportunity to make as much money as he possibly can. And so I'm not mad at him for that. He should move forward with trying to make those dollars. And, I don't begrudge him for not, really fighting legacy fights anymore. But I just want him and his fan base to say that, right? Just say, I'm in it for the money right now. Don't sit up and tell me, it's all about the legacy. But looking for legacy fights. You're looking for legacy. But ain't looking for no legacy, but looking for a paycheck. and that
money.
is it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I see what people saying in the comment section. Greg hating Crawford. No, say it ain't so. Listen, I'm not hating on Crawford. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's it. He did finally get to the pinnacle of the sport after being 36 years old, after 20 years in the sport. That's true. That's all true. And I'm not even sure if he's really at the pinnacle of the sport, but that's another subject for another day. I cannot wait to get the opportunity to see him in the ring with somebody like Tim Tszyu or Keith Thurman, because it's going to be a telltale sign or indicator of whether or not he is actually a draw without the name Errol Spence tied to him. So that's going to be interesting to see. But whoever the winner is, dog, that's definitely the fight that he should take.
Yeah. I mean, like to your point, Bud wants the most money. Not mad at him at all. I just want Bud to just go ahead and relinquish the belts at 147, so the 147 pound division can move on. He's not fighting Boots. We know this. This is not saying he's scared of Boots. It's for him. It has to make money. It makes sense for him from a money standpoint. It doesn't. You know, I want to see the fight because I think it'll be a damn good fight. I think it's the best fight that Bud can get from a challenge standpoint around that weight class. But he ain't gonna do it because the money's not there. So Bud wants money, and all the thing. And they asked me, said Canelo. We know that's not going to happen either because Canelo is like, Bud got skills. And I get nothing out of this. I could possibly lose that fight. Also, he's coming up 3 weight classes. So if I beat him, I don't get anything out of it. So I don't want to put that I don't want to have that chance. We know Canelo likes to stack the deck to his side, on his side to the best he can. That's why he waited till Triple G was 95 years old to fight him for a 3rd time. He probably would fight Triple G right now for a 4th time if he could. Just try to get a payday. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting if Thurman was to win that fight, what Bud would do. Because I think that would be a damn good fight with Thurman and Bud. I mean, it won't be for no belts or anything like that, but it'll be a legacy fight, and it should be a good money fight too. Because Thurman would have turned the hands of time back by beating Tim Tszyu.
Listen, so there are a number of fighters that I think Terence Crawford can fight anywhere from 154, hell, all the way to 168. I mean, we all know that he, jumps buildings in a single bound. So definitely, he could do that. Somebody in the comment section asked me, I'm trying to see where it was. Said something about Boots. So Boots is a legacy fight. No, I'm not saying that Boots is a legacy fight. It's just a fight that a lot of people would like to see. But if you're talking about legacy, then legacy fights would be a Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo is no longer undisputed. So I think another legacy fight for him would be David Benavidez. Moving up and beating David Benavidez would truly show the level of excellence that we would expect out of a fighter such as Terence Crawford. I mean, if he can go up and beat Canelo Alvarez, or as everyone says he can, then certainly he can go up and beat David Benavidez. I like what Jay just said. Bud versus Adames at 160 pounds. I think that's a good one as well, Jay. Nice one to put out there. But
you make no money off of that.
Yeah, no. Well, exactly. So what are the Tim Tszyu? Tim Tszyu's not going to be a big money fight. Like, regardless of what his handler says, his handler being Bernie the boxer, regardless of what he says, that's not a big money fight. Tim Tszyu has sold no more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys, and that was when he was fighting in his home country. So that's not a big fight. And Tim Tszyu is trying to fight over here in the States for a reason, because if there was so much money to be made over there in Australia, he'd be doing more of it. So yeah, that's not a big fight. Everybody knows that's not a big fight. I don't know where he goes from here for a big fight, a big money fight. I don't think Bud has a big money fight. Now, if he was the draw that everybody says that he is, then he is the big money fight. And he would create the money just by getting in the ring, whatever fighter he gets into the ring with. But because he's truly not the draw that his fans say, the King Arts, the Jays of the world, the whoever else is in the Rashawn Ramses and all of those folks that are in the comment section that believe he's such a big draw. If he was, doesn't matter who he gets into the ring with, he's gonna get the bag because he is the draw. So then fight Boots. You gonna get a bag. That's a great fight. Fight the Adames. Fight David Benavidez. Fight anybody. No, you won't. Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez is the guy that generates the cash, and that's okay. That's okay.
I'm not mad at him for that. I would be going for that too. Hell, I need to call out Canelo some more. Try to see if I can get the fight. I get in there and get knocked out. Actually, I'll take a knee. He ain't gonna knock me out. I'm gonna take a knee.
I hate Jason Williams with everything in my soul. I hate him. Lease buildings in a single bound and destroy boxing stables in a single fight. Man, I hate everything about Jason Williams. I can't stand him. What else do we got? Where we go from here?
So some interesting things happen on IG. You know, first with Ryan Garcia. We know Ryan is set to fight Devin on April 20th. They had another press. They had two presses this week, one in New York, one in LA. Ryan seemed a little off, in my opinion, more off than normal. Especially the last press they had in LA, where he just walked away at the end of the press. He didn't do a face off, you know. Then he calls out Jake Paul. Jake Paul had a fight last night. We don't do that YouTube stuff really. Calls him out. And now it's an interesting video that pops up today that someone's attacking him or something like that. Some ruckus is going on in an IG video. They talking about, yeah, we got Ryan. We slit his throat or some crazy shit like that. I don't know what's going on with Ryan. I told you before, I doubt this fight was going to happen because of he seemed more and more to be showing like he might have some more mental instability. And to me, this is just going along with, I'm hoping nothing serious is going on with him. You know, but all the stuff he talked about, you know, he talking about he smokes pot and all this stuff, pictures and all that, he's trolling. This ain't it. This ain't it. You come in for this is basically the biggest fight of his life right now. You need to make people want to tune in, not turn it off. You doing all this stuff here. No one's gonna really think that you even have a chance in hell to beat Devin now. You doing all this stuff that's detrimental to a training. No one's gonna believe that. Turn that shit off. And it's just weird with me with Ryan. You know, you think we're gonna get this fight, or you think it's gonna be someone else? I think Arnold Barboza is gonna be the next. He's gonna step in and get the fight. I don't see Ryan make it to the 20th of April.
I think Ryan is just trolling. I think Ryan is trolling.
It's not beneficial.
I'm not saying it's beneficial. I think he's just trolling. Because, I mean, think about this. What's the more likely fight that he would fall apart? Is it Gervonta Davis or is it Devin Haney? Had never been in a fight with Devin Haney. I mean, with Gervonta Davis whatsoever, but had already fought Devin Haney on multiple occasions. Why would he fall apart for Devin Haney and then fall apart for Gervonta Davis?
Because the stakes are really, really high now. Because he loses this fight with Devin, boxing he's really gonna fall by the wayside of boxing. People's gonna want to fight him because he can pack seats because he has a following. But as far as the boxing ability, ain't no one gonna want to keep following, watching this dude.
Jason, who was following Ryan Garcia about his boxing ability from the jump? No one. No one's ever been following him about his boxing ability. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't think that dude has any. What?
It's going to destroy it even more, man. It's to the point where people are really going to just tune out. No one's going to really tune in at all. Even the people that's following him just for his social media. This is not good for social media. Well, it's disturbing. It's disturbing.
I'm not saying what he's doing is the correct move, but I think you being dramatic in terms of like how he's no one's gonna fool with him anymore and blah blah blah. I don't think that's the case. Listen, I think Ryan is trolling. Do I know that for a fact? No, I don't know it for a fact that he's trolling. Maybe he's trolling, maybe he's not. But I don't think all of a sudden Ryan Garcia is just gonna fall apart for Devin Haney when he didn't fall apart for Gervonta Davis, the guy that goes into the ring with the punching power, the guy that's been known to wreck shop, the guy that's fast, versus a guy who is not known to have punching power, who, as much as he says that, you know, Ryan Garcia is just a left hook, a lot of people could argue that he is just a jab. So, which I don't think he's just a jab, but people could argue that. They could make that argument. So my thing is, like, why would he be feeling the pressure to that extent with Devin Haney? I mean, he would have a better shot with Devin than he did with Tank. So I don't know. Personally, I just think he's trolling. But to your point, I don't believe that that's the way he should be behaving and responding and acting. I think he's going overboard with it. But at the moment, I think he's trolling.
Yeah, there's one thing with trolling by him releasing that Tank video with Tank beating up on Devin. That's one thing to troll. That's a different type of trolling right there. I don't see the point of that either because it ain't him beating up on Devin. He's showing another dude that beat his ass beating up on Devin. So he quit against Tank. You know, I mean, but that's trolling to me on that, something like that. But this stuff here, this other stuff, you know, is questionable. You know, I don't know what the hell is going on. I wish him the best that he's not injured or hurt or anything like that, mentally or physically. You know, but this shit is weird, man. This ain't how you promote a fight, in my opinion. You know, especially he has a following. Mostly of it's not boxing. You know, and you got a fight coming in New York at the Barclays. You need to show that you're doing some shit in the gym yourself and getting ready. You have a new trainer, Derek James. And you need to show that so people really, really get their ass in there to see the fight. This ain't how you really sell the fight, in my opinion.
Hey, man. Hey, I don't think a lot of stuff is the way you sell a fight. Like I felt like Devin. You saw when they were on the I think it was maybe the second press conference location where the dad called him a nappy head, and then Devin started, man, you should never call a black man. Man, what play? Man, we in a situation. You call a black man hat nappy. We got different courts. How you a black man hat nappy? Man, shut up. He was trying to turn that into like some racial discussion. Man, shut up. You shouldn't have said that man had a toupee on. You said he had a toupee. He said your hair's nappy. I mean, hey, listen. And here's the thing: stop using that as an excuse, because just because African American hair is coarse, that is not a reason not to comb your damn hair. Your hair ain't combed, so he got at you. I ain't mad at that. Stop trying to make it be some shit that it ain't. That's how I felt about it.
I mean, I understand the racial overtone of that statement, but that wasn't it to me neither. It wasn't racially motivated in that sense. There, Devin, they had to tell Devin, they're like, "Come on, keep on, come on, can we get on back to it?" So. It was bad. It was just bad. I didn't understand that neither. It was just wasted energy on that. So I mean, with all this being said, do you think Ryan could still be trolling and be ready for this fight with Devin come April 20th?
No comment right now. No comment.
You sure, man?
I'll make a decision closer to the fight, not right now.
Yeah, I mean, we got some time, a little bit of time left. I mean, speaking of Devin aspect, so Devin went off on Floyd, calling Floyd an old man, old ass hating ass old man. I agree. We know Floyd be hating on people because Floyd is not really about himself. You know, but it is what it is on that. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about that? You know, he said he bit his tongue, held his tongue for a while, but he got tired of it. But he's more mad about that being leaked out than the events of it. You know, I was like, I wouldn't even give it any light of time of day. I was like, Brian, no matter what you can see in Tank doing what me and Tank had going on, you ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna beat your ass. So let's focus on that. And they keep using Tank's name to help promote this fight.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. Why is he going after Floyd? I mean, I saw Bill go after Floyd. Now Devin's going after Floyd. They're saying Floyd is a hater, but just 2 or 3 years ago, Floyd was in the gym helping you out. Floyd was saying, "Hey, you want to see how it is to be the best? I'm gonna show you how to be the best." So how is the man simultaneously a hater, yet he's also there helping you? You know, Floyd has been, to me, and this is just my personal opinion, Floyd has been guilty of promoting his fighters through bragging on himself. He has been guilty of that. Have you noticed lately, Floyd, you don't really see Floyd at the forefront anymore. You more so see Leonard. And I think that was correct for that, because Floyd is a big star and he can sometimes overshadow his own boxer. So I get all that. That's what Floyd's been guilty of. The other thing that Floyd has done is he's helped a lot of these young boxers because he has a lot of knowledge to pass on. Tank, Devin, Shakur, Keyshawn have all had the opportunity to go and talk to Floyd Mayweather, work out with Floyd Mayweather. And I think some of these guys just feel like Floyd is on my side, or Floyd is this, or Floyd is that. When in reality, Floyd is there to help all young fighters, whether you sign to him or not, because that's what he's been doing. Now, Devin should be happy that the video was leaked. Number one, because he's been talking so damn much about this video. We've heard Devin talk about the sparring so many times, more than we've heard Tank talk about the sparring. So he should be glad the sparring. As a matter of fact, he's actually asked for them to release the sparring before. So it's been released. So what's the issue? That's number one. Number two, he should also be glad about the sparring being released because this is going to help promote the fight. I mean, people are talking about Devin Haney when otherwise they wouldn't be in regards to this fight. So I think that that's a good thing. It helps promote the fight. And I think personally, and I could be wrong on this, Jay. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. But the analytics would suggest it's not going to be what Tank versus Ryan was. So they need the help that they can get. And that's why you see Bill talking as much as Bill talks. When you see them tying Floyd name to stuff, when you see them tying Gervonta Davis name to stuff, it's all in an attempt to promote the fight. I ain't mad at them. If that's what you need to do, go ahead and do that to promote the fight. It is what it is. One thing I do want to touch on, Jay, I know this is a little bit off topic, man, but I was going to say something about this in another video, but man, I just got to say something about it. I mean, man, Bill Haney and Team Haney are paying so many of these YouTube channels. It's just ridiculous. I mean, some of the stuff that you're seeing coming from some of these YouTube channels and the fact that they're getting to the point where they're getting personal with not only fans, but other content creators in regards to Devin Haney is just completely absurd. And I've been hearing a rumor about that for a very long time, that Bill Haney was around here paying these guys, or, oh, Bill got y'all, or Bill got y'all. And I, multiple times I'm like, man, what the heck are y'all talking about? Because, Jay, we still kind of relatively new in this game. And now I'm seeing the impact of what people were mentioning to us about Bill Haney, man. And you could tell some of the channels that when you hear them, they were saying one thing one day and now they're saying something completely different. And it's over the top the way that they address certain things as it relates to anybody that is in opposition to Devin or Bill Haney. So, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Larry Lopez says, so Fanon, Ego, Marty, Southpaw getting paid by Tank. No, I don't know Southpaw, so I have no idea. Marty, no, I don't know about Ego. Fanon, no.
Mm-mm. So to the point. Tank's one of my favorite fighters. I also like Devin. I also like Shakur. I can like a lot of fighters. I don't have to necessarily like the way they move. That's why I have a problem with Canelo, the way he moves as far as business and picking his fights and whatnot. But as far as Devin and Bill, we're talking about before. Bill was doing a good job of promoting Devin. Just always putting his name out there. But it's just like me personally, I don't like the fact that they're always tying it to Floyd and Tank, like you've been saying. They talked about the sparring. It was sparring. And if anyone's going to hold that against Devin or say, release the full take so we can see how Devin got off on Tank, it's irrelevant because they're not the same fighters now as they were back then. Both of them have improved. So we ain't going to see that same thing like that 9 times out of 10. Both of those fights are better, much better than what they were back then. So, and it's sparring again.
Yeah, so somebody in the comments said Vern Davenport Jr. said name the channels. I'm not going to do that because we don't do channel beef. We've seen some people out there mention our channel. You don't really see us respond to it, so we don't do channel beef. That's for them lames. Let's see. Somebody else said something else. Jason Williams
exactly.
talking
about practice, man.
Devin Haney, Jason Williams talking about we used to say that we were a PBC paid channel. I can tell you for a fact we ain't paid by no PBC. We ain't paid by nobody outside of YouTube. YouTube and the money that you guys donate to us, that's how this channel runs. 100%.
Bank account shows that.
Huh?
Our bank account shows that. Our channel bank account shows that.
Yeah.
So we getting paid.
Exactly.
That's not even our style. We like to be able to be ourselves and be authentically us.
Think about my personality. You guys have had the opportunity to engage with me for several months now. Do I seem like somebody that would like to be controlled, or do I seem like somebody who would like to say whatever it is that I have on my mind? That's me. That's always been me. That's going to always be me. So yeah, I don't. Plus, whatever they getting paid, I heard is peanuts. All they get is dinner, man, and a couple of gift certificates to a half a year free Netflix. Modern Boxing King, $2, man. Appreciate you, fam. If you hate Haney, you're not a boxing fan. But a lot of people don't hate Haney. They just don't agree with Haney fans.
A lot of people do hate Haney.
A lot of people do hate Haney.
Yeah. I put it like this. A lot of people hated Haney after the Loma fight because a lot of people said, oh, that was a robbery, which it wasn't a robbery. I felt Haney won that fight. It was a close fight. And then when he fought Regis and he destroyed Regis in that fight, just dominant from start to finish, although Regis was tailor-made for him and flat-footed, people started liking Haney even more because people hadn't seen that type of Haney in the ring. And they're like, oh, shit. This kid, he's doing more than just doing a jab, doing more than a jab, 1-2, and in the clinch, as they called it. Because you saw that, was it Top Rank that did the little hold meter they had when he was fighting Loma, whatever, how many times they created a whole new graphic or some shit. So, I mean, I've always liked Haney as far as what he does in the ring, this type of fighter he is. I always thought that, the power, depending on the fighter he's fighting, is going to be interesting how he holds up against that. But overall, kid can fight.
Akello Nieder. $2. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks. You don't have to like Haney to be a boxing fan. I feel you on that. Listen, I like Haney. Let me again, and I'm gonna Jay, you've heard me state this on several occasions. Arguments and opinions don't have to be binary. Okay, you can like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney. I like his skill. I like his style. I think he's sharp, right? I can also think that after watching the fight with Regis, and I can't remember the gentleman's name right now, but Regis' prior fight to Devin Haney, to also know, wow, he'd be a sitting duck for Devin Haney. And it was a good win, but the styles matched up. Both things can be true. It can be true that he struggled with Lomachenko and also felt that he won, because that's how I feel. I think he's not as bad as his worst fight, and he's not as good as his best one either, because I think both were stylistic issues with him. You put him in the ring with the right opponent, and Devin Haney's going to come back to earth. I don't believe Ryan Garcia is the right opponent, but I also don't believe Devin's going to look as dominant as he did against Ryan if Ryan comes into the ring halfway in shape and actually motivated to fight, because Ryan is going to probably be able to land from range just like Devin, so he'd be able to jab and land from range. I think Devin is the better fighter, but I just don't think he'll look as dominant because Regis was so freaking slow that he couldn't do anything with Devin. Devin's a good fighter. Haney is good for boxing, willingness to fight the best. So, Jay, I want you to keep that energy after the Ryan Garcia fight, because I think what this is good matchmaking against good named opponents that looks like a willingness to get into the ring with any and everybody. I need to see Devin Haney moving forward to really say whether or not he's willing and ready and able to get into the ring with any and everybody, because I would say Shakur Stevenson fans will argue the opposite, right? So is it possible that that's Haney's MO? Yes. But after this fight, well, who's he gonna? Is Matias on deck? Are you gonna move up and fight somebody who's a legit threat at 47? Then you'll start having your answers. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always given credit to Devin for what he did. I know some people like Walt swears that I shouldn't give Devin credit for fighting Kambosos, but I give him credit for taking a shitty contract. I knew he was going to beat Kambosos. It was a shitty contract is what he dealt with, and he shouldn't have had to deal with that. He did that, beat him twice, then beat Loma, and then beat Regis. And for him fighting Regis, all Regis telling me, Regis could crack. And it was questionable, concerning, like, okay, if Regis touch him, what's going to happen to Devin? Regis didn't get that chance. And Regis got hurt. He got whacked. So it's impressive. I give him credit on that.
He got the best resume. He got the best resume, but I think some of it is stylistic matchups. That's just my opinion. All right, Jay, we got 128 people in the building, 57 likes. If you get the opportunity, please smash the like button so other people can find this content. Remember, the like button is free, guys, and it helps us earn dollars on YouTube to keep this channel running. Also, if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing-related content on a regular basis, so make sure you check out the channel and become a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month, and it helps us continue to bring this great content. Not only that, we now have our YouTube AM Sports Cover 4 channel where we cover college football. Another one of our passions that we truly enjoy getting on and talking about college football and boxing. Those are our two passions. And so what a wonderful life when you can get the opportunity to do both. It's pinned up to the top of the chat, AM Sports Cover 4. Make sure you click on that link and become a subscriber to AM Sports Cover 4. All right, Jay, what else do we got?
That was it, man. We ran through it pretty quickly.
Oh, damn. That was it.
Ran through it pretty quickly. Yeah, that was it. Like a slow week, you know. I mean, I know this upcoming Friday, Francis Ngannou was fighting AJ Friday night.
Ooh, amazing.
So that's going to be a fight. Then, you know, of course, Jamel finally got stripped of his last title. He's a champion in recess. I don't know why he's still a champion at all, because I don't know if he's going to stay at 154, and he hasn't defended it in a while after he was going to dispute it. So we'll see.
Appreciate you, John Mack. Appreciate you, fam. All right, Jay, let's go ahead, since we running a little bit early. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines.
Lopez, I feel you on that. I'm trust us. We're tired of speculating which fight is going to happen, this and that as well. You know, with the speculation of Tank fighting Frank, that's a fight. That's a good fight, and I'm happy to hear that that's really moving forward.
FSU is in the building. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, guys? You know, I'm gonna be the first call.
Oh, absolutely.
But, that fight last night, Greg, you should have watched that fight. That was a throwback, man. Them boys, I mean, every bit of that was good, man. You know?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Kid's gonna be a player at 130.
Yeah, I'll circle back and definitely watch it.
But my whole thing, right? We all know that the Devin Haney Tank thing. These dudes are younger. They both moved on as fighters. My whole problem, what I've been telling y'all for the longest about it, you go back and watch when they talked about sparring. They asked Tank years ago, and all Tank said was it was good sparring. Bill Haney's the one that started that stuff about we whooped his ass, this, that. Now when the tape gets leaked, and it's like then the first thing you hear Devin Haney fans, right, saying, "Oh, play the whole tape," right? Blue Blood, all them dudes saying they should play the whole tape. That's all you heard, right?
Yep.
Right. So how come they 3 weeks ago when Bill put out that little snippet about Shakur, how come they weren't saying play the whole tape then? That's what I'm saying. So Devin, and we all know Devin's a beast, man. Devin can fight, but the bullshit that camp puts out there, and then the dude that sent you a minute ago said all he does is want to fight the best. So when you went to 140, why wasn't it Matias? Why wasn't it Antoine Russell, the one that you was calling out his brother that only weighed 126 pounds? So for me, it's like, don't say you fight the best when I haven't seen it yet. I told you Lomachenko was the only fight that he fought the best, and then he was way bigger than the dude. So please keep it real, people, when you're talking about boxing. It's like, I guarantee you, if this fight goes through with Ryan Garcia, this fight might not be at 140, because I don't know if Devin's going to make that weight, brother.
Oh, he is huge.
You see how big he looks?
Man, his neck and head look huge, bruh.
Dude, and see what it took just to get down there for Regis. This might be, if he ends up with Barboza, which will be a better fight the way Ryan's acting right now, because if Ryan ain't 100% of like he was when he fought Tank, you know what I'm saying, as far as in his head, it ain't going to be competitive. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So, and Barboza's kind of be tailor-made just like Regis was. So you're not fighting the best. You know, it's like Devin should already go to 147 like I told y'all, but he's not going to, because what's up there waiting for him unless he fights some 11th to 12th ranked guy, which I wouldn't put it by their camp. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to like the dude as a fighter, to be honest with you, because he reminds me like he has that, that I'm not saying Sugar Ray Leonard or like, but he has that nice fluid, smooth style that we all like, man. He does have that. But the stuff that they can't comes up with all the time, like this dude is the best thing that we've ever seen in the sport, and we all know he's not.
Facts.
So to me, keeping it real would make it go so much better with the dude's skill set. If they kept it real, he'd have even more. Even some Tank fans would like him because the dude can fight. But they come out with lie all the time. And look at this whole thing with the sparring thing. Bill lied for so many years about what happened, and now he's trying to, he only 16 and all this shit. We all know that them dudes was young. But now you're going to lie because they're trying to cover up what happened. Like, man, just keep it real. The fuck? The sparring was the sparring. Ain't nobody. You guys are the most that I like of all the channels that are not making it as big as everybody else is making. You know what I'm saying? Because all it did is prove what my man said who jumped in the ring. I can't even think his name now. Who jumped in the ring, who Bill said he never jumped in the ring. Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah.
Bill said that never happened. And we've seen it happen. So and then you got BFTV took out a whole thing with showing Tank missed every punch. Not one punch hit him. I'm like, come on, bro. Please get off the knees. Stop taking the throat exercises, guys. Like, just be honest. It happened. And I'm sure Devin probably hit him up too really good in that sparring. So just let it. Some of this shit, bro. And if you guys, here's my last topic. If any of you guys, even if you said that AM Sports Media is paying for Canelo fights, if anybody supports that fight, if he fights Jaime Munguia after all this time saying he ain't fighting Mexicans, he just don't want to fight the right Mexican. He's to me, in my lifetime, he's one of the biggest ducks in the history of the sport. And on that, y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. A lot of good stuff. Walt just dropped there. So I see people in the comment section mentioning BFTB. Yeah, he goes pretty hard. I don't know, bruh, but he goes real hard for Devin. So you have to wonder. 214, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
Hey, what's up, fam? It's inevitable. It's D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Thanks.
What's going on with you, fam?
You see, you love that? You love that shit? You love it the way they go at Haney? You love it? You got to love it, man. You got to love it.
Listen, I think there's valid points, and I think again, it's arguments are nuanced, man. They're not binary. But go ahead.
At the end of the day, we got to switch it up. It could go both ways. I think Tank Davis also delusional in his head, thinking that he's the most invincible boxer out there, or boxer puncher, as they want to call him now, or counter puncher. Now he's faster than every other puncher. They're making him it seem like he's a demigod. Like he's unstoppable. That's not true. Unstoppable is not true. If Mike Tyson could go in there, and Mike Tyson is my legend, like I've always said, and he could get stopped by even Buster Douglas. At the end of the day, he had his own issues going on in that fight. And Tank Davis has his own issues outside of the boxing industry, man. We know this. Even Coach Ford has his own issues, man. He's in a case where he might go to jail. We don't know, but it's out there. He even said it himself. It's serious shit. So the way I look at it like this, man, you got to give credit, and I give credit to Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. You got to give him credit for that. It was a great fight. We loved it. It was a tight fight, but he won. It is what it is. He won. Prograis, like I said before, he was a bully up there at 140. He only lost to Taylor, and you could say that he's at the tail end of his career, but how do we know that? We don't know that. And to say that Tank Davis is going to go in there and slaughter Devin Haney, a more mature, 26, polished, young, in his prime, getting in his prime, you don't know that. We don't know that until they get in the ring. Am I right or am I wrong?
100%.
That's fair.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. People just want to just say, "Oh, well, you know what? Look what he did in sparring. Look what he beat him up." Look, they always got to find a loophole. Oh, he was 16. This and that. That don't matter. It don't matter. It matters. you're learning. You're a youngin. You're learning. That's why you go in there and spar. You try to come out of it and say what you could do better, and if that sparring session made you even better as a fighter. We know this. Devin Haney is a great fighter. In my aspect, seeing him how he boxes, he's learned every lesson. Even after the Lomachenko fight, I think it made him a better fighter. Facts. I think Tank Davis with the Ryan Garcia and Hector Garcia fight, I don't think it's progressed him in any way. I mean, it is what it is. You can see the skills in there with Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia was having his own in there, and Hector Garcia was coming up weight. So, I mean, did y'all see the fight?
Yeah.
Did you see Hector Garcia having some good rounds in there?
He had a few rounds in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you go in there against a technical great fight, a good technical great boxer, as Devin Haney has proven himself to tango with Lomachenko, I mean, at the end of the day, it sharpens your skills, man. It sharpens the knives, like they say, man. It is what it is. It's about the competition you got in front of you, and I think Devin Haney, the last two fights, has had better competition than Tank Davis.
In his last two fights, so you would say it would be Lomachenko and Regis versus the two Garcias, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's I don't disagree. And I've said that I believe that Devin's resume is slightly better than Tank's resume. I don't disagree.
I look at it like this. And about I'm gonna get away from that subject because at the end of the day, it's for debate. And about for all those people saying that Canelo Alvarez is ducking and dodging a real Mexican, which is a Benavidez. Benavidez ain't even real Mexican. He's Ecuadorian. He's Guatemala. He's Dominican. Arizona's son. They don't know where he's from. I mean, let's be real with it, man. You going in there against, if you fight Munguia, it's a pure Mexican. Only a Mexican say that because I'm Mexican. I'm saying it. I'm straight with it. You know what I mean? We know what we want. It's like Barrera and Marquez and Barrera. We want true Mexicans. Look at this Julio Cesar Chavez fight with Canelo Alvarez. It did 1 million pay-per-view buys, even though it was pretty bad. At the end of the day, it did it because Mexicans want to see Mexicans fight each other. Facts. Which I got to say with that.
So I can't speak to what Mexicans want to see, man, because I'm not Mexican. I think I get what you're saying.
You got a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I get what you're saying. I think a lot of people want to see Benavidez too, though, because Benavidez is Ecuadorian, but also isn't he also half Mexican? Isn't his dad Mexican?
That's Mexican. So his dad's 100% Mexican.
Okay,
so
mom's Yeah, so I think there's a lot of people that want it because, man, one thing I say about Benavidez, he has a Mexican style, right? I mean, you would agree with that, right?
I could agree, and I could also agree where his faults are at as a boxer.
No, don't disagree.
The type of Mexican, yeah,
don't disagree. But I think he has a Mexican style, and I would like to see how it matches up with Canelo's style. Now, would a Canelo fight with like a Munguia who's 100% Mexican, I'm assuming? Would that be a more commercial success? Man, I need Mexican Americans and Mexicans to tell me that because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it will.
Okay.
Because if you can see Benavidez didn't sell out his own crowd. His pay-per-view numbers flopped. And with Munguia, of course, we can't say that he's a pay-per-view star, but he went to Arizona and he filled the crowd. Mexicans are behind true Mexicans. And if somebody could say that behind me that's not Mexican and you coming out with your own verbiage and saying this and that, at the end of the day, you're not Mexican. You don't know what it's about. We know our heritage and we know what we want. We want true, pure, 100%, and that's what we're going to get with Canelo versus Munguia. And it's going to do great pay-per-view numbers. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore, stand up.
All right, man. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks for calling. I liked him. Yeah, I mean, he
had his own point on everything, but I mean, to say that Benavidez is not Mexican, that's kind of foul because his dad already talked about that. Talk about he's 100% Mexican.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He's mixed. His mom is Ecuadorian, but he's still Mexican. He's Mexican.
One thing I would love to see is I want to hear what Adrian has to say on this topic when he calls in. You're on the Angry Man podcast with Jason and Greg. What's going on with you, fam? Hello?
I'm great. I was just reaching out. There's some crazy topics. We're talking about boxing. I love boxing, man. And just talking about Tank and Devin Haney. It's crazy. That's a crazy matchup.
Oh, yeah, man.
I think personally, out of both of them, I think Tank is the top dog. Devin Haney is a great fighter. It's just tough, man. Like, Tank's opponents, what he does in the ring, he has so many angles and so much different things he can do. David Haney's, I feel like a lot of the people he fought, like how Top Rank set him up, was just like to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was kind of like over the top to me. I think Lomachenko, it was a good fight. It was like his toughest test. And I seen how he got hit in that fight, and I said, like, Tank hit him like that, it's over with. And I feel like with the Ryan Garcia fight, I feel like Ryan Garcia has a shot. I mean, he has a puncher's chance. He has that power, and he did hit Tank in the fight, but obviously Tank is a little bit more skillful than Ryan, and why it didn't really affect him. And like Tank coaches said, he's a freak for pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tank loves getting hit. Like, he can't wait to get hit. Like, that's his thing. But he doesn't like to get hit, but he likes it. He can take pain. So just seeing that fight play out, I mean, Tank gonna go after him, and Devin Haney ain't gonna be able to keep him off him. I just see that fight going one way, and I feel like it's gonna be a chess match in the beginning because Tank like to fill out and kind of see, hey, what's going on, play the role, like play his part. That's he's an analyzer. But Devin Haney also defensive is amazing. He's probably one of the best defensive fighters I think honestly out there right now coming up in the ranks, because everybody's like past time. Like, obviously you got Terence Crawford on, those guys are over the hill now. They're pretty much, careers are almost over. They kind of accomplished what they accomplished. But like Devin Haney, to me, defensive wise, it's tough to say. I've seen more defensive performances out of him. But Tank, obviously, that's not what he's known for. So going with that, I just think if they fought, I mean, people see, I don't play both sides. I like both. I just think Tank is the dog. He's a different animal, and it's levels to it. Honestly, it's a different type of heart, different type of passion. Not saying Devin Haney don't got that. It's just a different type of passion when it comes down to it. Like, outside the ring, hey, we don't get into that. Like, everybody do stuff, man. People have other things going on with life. I can't say that makes him a bad person or a better person than Devin, right? Because Devin might have done stuff that we don't know about. But I mean, we can't look at those two things and say, hey, he's a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we just know when they're in the ring together, I think, personally, it can go both ways, but I think Tank, if he comes out, obviously, with that dog mentality, it's over with.
I hear you, man. Jason, I would assume that you feel the same way, but I've always felt that Tank would win against Devin. I think even with Devin's size advantage. Now, I didn't realize Devin's size advantage was so sizable, because it's definitely sizable, but I just don't think Devin has the pop to keep Gervonta off him long term. And then I think Tank is brilliant at actually setting up his stuff. He's power, but he's also a lot of skill with it. So, that's what makes him effective.
Yeah, agree, 100%. And then they're going like the David Benavidez and Canelo thing. Honestly, I feel like David Benavidez is a great fighter. He's a weight bully, though, man. That guy's huge. Like, he should be fighting to me, like Deontay Wilder and him. Him is big. I've seen, he's just a big guy, man. Canelo can handle him. I think Canelo is a better boxer, right? David Benavidez has got that weight bully mentality, so you got to understand when he's coming in there, he's coming to bully you around. You can't bully Canelo. Who's really hurt Canelo to that point where he was like, I mean, he's been hurt, but who's really hurt him? Like, I don't feel like David Benavidez got enough power to hurt Canelo and keep him off him for 12 rounds. As again, I feel like Canelo been in there with Mayweather. He's learned so much stuff over the years, so much data. I feel like he's getting older, but he still has that edge on him. But I feel like he'll get David Benavidez out there. Probably in a 12-round bout. They might go 12 rounds, but I think he can get him out maybe between 9 and 12, probably. Canelo, if you really get on it and don't come out slow out the gate. But that's an amazing fight there. There's so many great fights out there, man. It really is crazy. I mean, I can go on all day, man. Like, I feel like Devin Haney, he need to be calling out Boots. He ain't called out Boots yet. He ain't called out Boots yet. You know, Boots is the real dog to me. He's top 3 fighter. It goes Tank, Boots. Honestly, I put Boots over Tank because Boots got power too, but Tank got that kind of that stardom right now. But it goes Tank, Boots, and then I'll probably put maybe Shakur, but Shakur got a little bit more fight, more offense, so it's kind of tough, man. But then you got to put Devin because Devin got that resume. So you put Devin fight. I mean, number 3. So it's tough, man. There's a lot of good fighters out there.
Definitely a lot of good fighters and a lot of opportunities for some good matchups. It's just got to make them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The Devin and Tank debate is so stupid to me. I just think it is Tank. Is no other way you can see it. I don't know how you see Tank losing his Devin. It's just I don't see it. He gonna get hit. Devin gets hit. He got hit last fight. I mean, Regis is old, man. He's slow feet, no feet work. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all comparing that, and then it's all marketing, man. At the end of the day, how they do it. They try to set up the fights perfect for their fighter, and that's the business of the side of it. Everything's a business, and they're not going to put their fighter in a position to lose money and not put them in the big fights. They're just trying to get them to that big fight. Even if they lose, they lose. It's a cash out. It's a cash thing for whoever's on that team that's losing, or even on the winning team. So that's all they're trying to do, market their way to that big fight. So.
I feel. Anything else you want to share with the people?
I mean, no, just stay tuned, man. I feel like Ryan and Devin gonna be a great fight. I think Ryan got a chance to get him out of there. And I think Frank Martin. That's Tank and Frank Martin. That's a cakewalk. I mean, probably I think it's gonna start out a little slow because Tank ain't been in the ring a little while, but Tank gonna get him out of there once he start filling him out. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
All right, fam. Well, I appreciate you calling. Thanks.
All right, no problem.
All right, later. 312, you in the building with the Angry Man podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
Hey, how you doing, Jason and Greg? Man, I appreciate it. I've been following you guys for a while. Even got through a couple times with you guys. So thank you for answering. Oh, so I'm gonna get straight to the point.
Yep.
Canelo fans have to be the most excuse-making mugs in the world when it comes to just fight Benavidez. You weight drain Danny Jacobs. You beat up on Cotto. You weigh 170 when you fought Cotto. Cotto weighed 158. Now it's time to fight somebody where you have a 50-50 chance of losing. Now he's not Mexican. He's not. They got more excuses than a West Side hooker not making the money. I don't know what to say, guys. Fight the boy, fight the man. Why we got all these excuses? Why we got these cross the street? He's gonna give you 90. All these different excuses. And David Benavidez said, "I'll take $5 million just for the opportunity." And we got all these excuses. And these fans are he's not full Mexican. We want to see Benavidez fights. He fights Mexican, whatever that means. But he wants to fight. So why we have all these excuses? Can we get the fight?
I want to see the fight, dog. I think commercially, David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez is the most viable fight in the sport right now. I think it crossed not only the Mexican and Mexican American communities, but also African American communities, and just in general, people want to see that fight because of the stylistic matchup. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of excuses for why they don't want to see the guy in the ring with him.
And to be honest with you, the best fight at 168 to me, and I could be wrong, I don't know if you guys agree with me, is David Morrell and David Benavidez.
I knew you were going there. I knew you were about to say that. I'm a basketball guy, but just as a boxing, just liking competition, that's the best fight in the 168. So be honest with you, if Benavidez goes up and they say he beats the winner of Bivol and Benavidez, then what? If he goes up and beat Bivol, the winner of Bivol, Benavidez, then yeah, Morrell may make sense. I think the only issue with Morrell is that just the number of fights.
Yeah, but that's the best fight at 168. So the Canelo fans are gonna be okay with him fighting Jaime Munguia, the John Riders, who else? The other guy. Just these next 4 or 5 years, letting him fight these above average fighters instead of taking a chance of maybe losing, and it's okay. Chavez lost, and it's okay. But push yourself, man. And these fans, these Canelo fans, stop making excuses for me. I got one more thing too. Also, I missed you guys. Listened to you guys last week as far as Errol Spence. I'm a huge Errol Spence fan, and I just think for Errol, I would like to see him do 4 fights. I like to see him maybe fight Ramos or Villa, then ease into Fedora, maybe into Lubin, and then finally into Kasazu if Crawford doesn't dust them off. Like, I just think like he may have to humble himself. Like, I love Errol Spence. I think he gave up too much against Bud in the negotiations, and I think the best of him his ego got the best of him and didn't take a tune-up fight against Thurman. But ease him into those 4 fights at 154 and then go from there. How you guys feel?
I agree. I think the only thing I would do is move Lubin to the last. I think Lubin doesn't. I don't think Spence matches up as well with Lubin versus Tim Tszyu.
I say Terrell Boucher.
I'll tell you one thing. You guys are always gonna get my support, man. I know I try to get on much as possible when I'm not coaching, but man, thank you. I'm gonna continue supporting you brothers, man. And I appreciate the content you bring. And whoever thinks you guys are being paid, you always call BS for what it is. And a lot of people can't handle straightforward. They like gray areas. You call it straight down the middle, and this is exactly why I follow you guys. And you always got my support, brothers.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you, fam.
All right. You have a good Sunday.
All right. You too. Later. 513, you in the building with the Angry Man podcast, but can you hold on for just 1 second? We currently got 151 people in the building, but 90 likes. If you get the opportunity, family, please smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure you're interacting so that people can find this content. That is the way that we get paid on YouTube. And also, if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media. We are always dropping boxing-related content on a regular basis, so make sure you become a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month, and it does support the channel in terms of all of the content that we bring. And finally, AM Sports Cover 4 pinned to the top of the chat. Go check it out and become a subscriber. That is our college football channel, and we are talking about our other passion over there. All right, caller, what's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, Jason the Greg, my man?
What's happening?
Hey, man, I had a question, man. Like, you remember when Tank, he went up to 140 to fight Barrios, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I was thinking, though, man, why he didn't go up there to fight your boy Regis when Regis had the belt up there at that time? So was it because he already had a contract with Barrios or what?
I'm not sure. Who was Regis with at the time? I would imagine it would have been more so. Barrios has always been associated with PBC, if I'm not mistaken, and Regis was not. So I think that's probably the reason why.
Oh, for real? Okay. So, another thing, man, I was just thinking about. I said, what everyone's saying with Haney and Tank with this tape, what got shown out. I mean, with the little Sparring. Okay, that's good, man. But these cats have evolved. Cause it's been 10 years now. Both of them has really sharpened up their game. And I'm thinking, why not just let these cats well, let me see. Well, the thing is, I'm trying to see if it's that top of a level of a fight, why not just make this happen, man? Why not Tank just down here up to 140 and make this happen with him? Instead of all of this back and forth about, Tank did this to him and, he had, on this sparring session was so sideways that he'd have a chance. But I believe that both of them probably was putting in work. They just didn't show everything. I know it was longer than that little minute or whatever they showed. But I was just thinking, they should have just gone here and just make that happen, man. Because you know what, man? I like Haney. Haney, I like the way he's moving. And plus, once he went over there to Cambosa, he went over there and fought, twice? Made some things happen, took less, and just make the right moves to be just where he's at today. So you know what? I respect that, man, because he's like, listen, if I want to be great, I'm gonna have to make these moves. I'm gonna have to fight some people that other ones is not trying to go across the creek to do. The same way as Spence did, man. Because when Spence was up there trying to make some moves with Thurman, no, you don't got a belt. All right, bro, let me let me go across the creek real quick, man, to mess with Brooks and knock this on out real quick. Now I'm back. What's happening?
Yeah.
Well, my wrist is messed up. I'll get back with you in a minute. All this type of crazy stuff, man. But truthfully, I was just wondering about that, man, because I was like, dang, he should have just fought Regis and got a belt at that other weight class, and he could have been like a 2-time weight champ or something. What's that? If he would have fought Regis and won that fight.
What would have been 3-division champ? But then Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, but then when he fought Barrios, wasn't that for a title?
That was for like a Reggie belt, but Regis didn't have a title at that time. Regis had lost, I believe, to Taylor, and he was with Probellum.
Oh, okay. All right, then, my brothers, man. That's all I wanted, man. I ain't got I don't got much more to say to y'all brothers, man. Y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, man, and I'm gonna support y'all grind, man.
Appreciate you, fam. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, later. All right.
Already lost.
310. What's going on with you, fam?
Adrian?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Hey, Adrian.
Chilling like a villain. Hey, what's up, Jason? What's up, man? Well, check this out, man. So, a few callers ago, I agree with him big time, man. He's talking about a good fight would be David Morrell and Benavidez. I'd love to see that fight. The problem is that probably wouldn't sell too good because Morrell doesn't got a big name yet. But as far as talent goes, man, that'd be a great fight. Now, as far as what other homeboy said, man, as far as Benavidez, man, it's here right now. As everybody knows, I'm calling from the big bad city of L.A. And the barbershop talk over here is that we want to see Benavidez versus Canelo. And as far as Munguia goes, come on, man. He may be Mexicano and everything, but that Vato hasn't fought nobody. And he's easy to hit. I mean, come on, man. He's a cakewalk. But Benavidez, man, everybody knows, man, that Vato is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So we all want to see Benavidez and Canelo. And actually, barbershop talk out here is like, you know what? Canelo's ducking him. It's obvious now. It's like even the guys that are like the Canelo D riders are having a hard time defending his actions now, man. Everybody is. I mean, see it for what it is, man. The guy's ducking. I mean, I wish it wasn't true, but he's ducking.
He is a duck. He is 100% a ducker, man. It's no other way to call it as far as I'm concerned.
That's what I'm talking about. Seeing like all these old timers, believing like the true Mexican warriors, like I said, Salvador Sanchez back in the old days, guy passed away early. Cesar Chavez. You got Marquez and all these guys. Those guys are real warriors, man. Like I say, you don't got to be undefeated to be considered a Mexican legend, or even African American legend. You don't got to be like that because the four kings, none of them were undefeated, man. Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, and Duran, they were undefeated, but they all took the fight against each other, man. That's what we need more of these days. These guys nowadays, man, they don't want to fight. And Canelo, man, what he's doing right now is bad for boxing, very bad for boxing, and man, very bad. I'm sorry, man, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you, Adrian.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, it's just terrible, man, what he's doing. Because, like I say, man, my homies are all like, even the ones that like Canelo are like, man, that fool, he don't want no smoke with Benavidez, man. What is it, man? What's up with that? And it's hard to defend that kind of action. And as far as Benavidez goes, you know what, man? We all consider him Mexican, man. We all consider him one of us, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And the other homie that was calling, I guess he's from Baltimore or whatever, I don't know how many Mexicanos are over there. But in L.A., man, we're deep, man. I'll tell you right now, man, we all consider Benavidez to be one of us, straight up, But I don't know, man. I hope the fight happens. Probably won't happen, but we'll see what happens. So, but I see this interview with Abel Sanchez, remember Triple G's old manager, talking about Benavidez. Yeah, he hasn't earned it yet. What do you got to earn, man? Man, come on, he's an interim champion. He's mandatory. See, we got to cut all this crap about earning this, earning that, man. They got to, man. If you're the mandatory, give him the fight or drop the belts. Easy as that, man. Nobody should be above the rules, but they let Canelo get away with it, straight up. So,
totally agree.
So what you say? I'm sorry.
Totally agree. 100% agree with you.
Yeah, man. So well, anyways, I don't want to ramble on too much, but I just want to say, man, you know what? Appreciate the appreciate the time, whatever. And like I say, man, I do not want to order that fight. if he's not fighting Benavidez, I don't want to order the fight. But like I say, I'm between a rock and a hard place because, you know, man, if Boots is on the undercard, man, I got to order that fight for Boots. But I'm not.
Yeah.
But I make it clear I'm not ordering that fight for Canelo. And hell no. But I do want to see me some Boots. So is Boots going to fight against Crowley, or who's he supposed to fight against?
Don't know. It seems like there's still a bit of a hang up there. So hopefully we'll know a little bit more this upcoming week.
Yeah. It's not looking too good right now because I don't see no names being called out right now. So a person with Boots' talent, man, it's hard for him to get a fight, man. Nobody wants to, you know, take an L right now in their career, I guess, you know. And I think, man, we as boxing fans, we got to encourage them to just fight each other. Get a loss ain't no big deal, man. You know, sweep off the dirt, get back up, fight again, man. That's the way the Four Kings did, and we got to bring back those days, man. Because right now, I mean, these guys are fighting pussy style, man. Looking after their O, man. Forget about the O. That's what I like about Benavidez. Benavidez is down to put it all on the line. So as long as we got fighters like that in Boots, we're gonna be okay. But hey, man, I appreciate your time, Jason and Greg. Everything you guys do for the for the boxing world. Send a shout out to my dad in heaven. Love you, Dad. My son Jeremiah, love you, son. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You guys have a real nice afternoon.
All right. See you later, Adrian.
All right, man. Peace out, man.
All right. Later. CJ, I didn't want to speak for Mexicans and Mexican Americans about what Benavidez is. That's, to me, way out of line. I don't even want to be tied to that. You know what I'm saying? So we let other folks talk about that.
His dad said.
Yeah. My lender for life.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Thank you for taking my call, my friends. I was falling asleep. God damn. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing well, man. How are you?
I am good. My friends, I don't know what channels are being paid, but there are two observations I've had over the years watching YouTube. If you hate Rick Glazer, if you hate Canelo, if you think Crawford's a duck, if you hate Haney, if you hate Shakur, if you hate Bob Arum, if you think De La Hoya's a wacko, if Eddie Hearn is a freak, and anti-Saudi Arabia, all boxing, you're definitely pro-BC. But here's the other thing. What's happened here recently that's nuts. Some of my greatest fans, greatest shows on YouTube right now, guys that know the business, guys that aren't casuals, that are pro-Canelo. Canelo's making everybody confused right now. Because if you're pro-Canelo, you're going to try to find a way to hate on David Benavidez. Guys, there are two true firemen in boxing. Firefighters that love the heat, feel comfortable in the heat, that don't run from the smoke, that run towards it. Two, that I will bet the mortgage. Terence Crawford and David Benavidez. Those are two throwback boxers that will take on anybody. Now, David Benavidez is young. He'll fight for peanuts. Terence Crawford, 2 or 3 more fights, so he needs to be paid. But those guys aren't going to run from anybody. There are channels that are trying to paint David Benavidez as a duck. I know I've been honest with you guys, and I've been faithful, but this week, Jerry Soriano, your lender for life, is going to call a couple of these other channels. Let him cook is going to reign throughout YouTube. Because ain't no way in hell you can tell me David Benavidez is a duck. I told you a few weeks ago, there are two fighters that Canelo is like a cat in a corner. He will claw his ass out of there, even if he has to crawl up a damn wall. He'll find his way to escape. 2 losses that offer facts. And I know I watch the chat and you can say, this guy's a blowhard. And I have yet to be wrong. Canelo will lose to Terence Crawford. And he will take a beating that he can't come back from against David Benavidez. That is for sure. Moving on to the next topic, Craig, I was so excited, man. I was like watching one of your videos this week, and I said, there's my guy. AMG's back. Angry Man Greg, my old adversary. He's back. I see the passion in his eyes. I was like, there he is. I'm going to make this call Sunday. He and I back to back. If I remember correctly, we're all over 40, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, guys. Many of you may not know this, but I'm a life coach. And I can tell you right now, as men, we blow our 20s chasing women. We may even blow our 30s trying to find out how to make money, trying to find that career path. But once you hit 40, we're out of excuses. Can we agree on that?
I agree.
All right, here's my segment. If you're over 40, you are a grown-ass man. There are 3 phrases we should give up if you're over 40. Tap,
Okay.
pause, and Greg's favorite, clout chasing. Greg, my friend, how in the heavens? I have yet to see you get clout chasing right. From Crawford and now to Haney. Shakur Stevenson. Brother, 2 years ago you were saying Shakur was clout chasing because he always was mentioning Tank. He wanted that action. God, we're talking about a guy who's an Olympian. 3-time world champion, 2 different weight classes. Mm-hmm. And then he promised that he said, you know what, I'm tired of chasing Tank. I ain't going to mention Tank anymore. And now you tell me, well, why doesn't Shakur mention Tank? He's running from Tank now. So if you mention, you're clout chasing. If you don't mention, you're running. Brother, let's redefine clout chasing. Because now we move on to Haney. Floyd Mayweather is a favorite of mine. I don't think Floyd Mayweather can do any wrong.
Okay.
And I'll have the perfect script that I'm going to save for another day because I ain't going to have enough time. It's a open letter that I have for Al Heyman, where TNT can come in and buy PBC for $1. And Al Heyman can stay in the damn background and be the silent partner and do what Mayweather probably can't do, which is the books. But TNT is the savior for PBC. But my friend, Floyd Mayweather injected himself into this fight by, number one, if you can tell me when the hell in the history of boxing has a promoter injected himself into one of the biggest fights of the year and given advice to one of the fighters to not make the fight and fight one of his. That was pure hate, my friend. And I am a Mayweather fan. But my God, when I saw Ryan Garcia all of a sudden start calling out Rolly, and then I found out it was Mayweather, that was hate and greed. You say that Haney and Bill and his son are the ones talking about that damn sparring match. No, my friend, contour. Tank Davis said when Blue Blood Sports told him there are 3 people that can beat you. He said Haney, he said Shakur, and Tank himself. Tank Davis said, I cracked both of them. Because Tank loves to talk about sparring. I have never heard of another championship-level fighter talk about sparring as much as Tank. He loves to brag about it. I cracked both of them. That's how we started to find out, right?
Shakur and Devin Haney.
You ain't never cracked me. You ain't never cracked me. And then everyone's on the defense. So, contrary to what you're saying, it was not the Haneys that brought up the sparring match. It was Tank and his side. And then it was Boner. But here's what I will tell you. Garcia is injecting Floyd Mayweather. Because to Mayweather's defense, he was upset with Garcia that he disclosed so much. My friends, do not make Haney to be the next Crawford. please take off the tunnel visions, which is the worst attribute you can have in combat, because it makes it easy for a counterattack. And that's me speaking as an Iraqi war veteran. So, if you're over 40 and you were watching that sparring match, you got kids that are teenagers. When I first saw that sparring match, I was like, God damn, Tank is getting off on him. Oh, my God. And then I started to go, God damn, Haney looks small. Holy shit, he's the same height as Tank. Tank, look, he's got 40 pounds on him. Who's going to let his teenage kid fight a guy with grown-ass man strength already? Until I heard Bill Haney tell the story. He said, I knew my kid had skills, but I need to know how much heart he had. Is he a fireman? Is he comfortable in the heat? Does he run from the smoke, or does he run towards it? I'm not the biggest Haney fan, but I ain't going to stand pat and watch people try to destroy a young black man. You can have Crawford. You'll see a carcass here in the next few years. He'll be gone. But you got a young black man doing everything the right way. This past weekend, what did he tell Ryan Garcia? Dude, get your shit together. We are role models. America is watching. The youth is watching. I have lost all respect for you. That's the guy that we want to tear down. It ain't enough that he lives his life the right way. He's got to beat on women, drive drunk, God forbid, take one's life on the road. Because those are the fighters that we need to uplift. We can't have a good man, Terence Crawford. We can't have a good young man trying to do things right, Haney. Being guided in life by his dad. A man that went to jail, was incarcerated, but decided that he wanted a different road for his kid. But that guy, all the pro-BC, we're pro-black. That's the guy we want to bury. I'm sorry, my friends. I ain't going to stand pat for it, just like I didn't with Crawford. Some of us need to think about where we've been. Some of us need to think about where we're at. And all of us need to think about where we are going. See you next Sunday, my friends. Jerry Soriano, your lender for life. Let them cook!
Oh man, that's my guy. That's my guy, Jerry. There. Let me pause here real quick, because I always let Jerry go in his soliloquy about what it is that he has to say. Regardless of whether or not, and I don't remember the exact first time somebody mentioned sparring, whether it was Gervonta Davis or Devin Haney, regardless of who was the first one that mentioned it, it's always the Haneys that are constantly talking about it. I know that to be true. I never said anything about Shakur Stevenson clout chasing Tank Davis. I did talk about the fact that I never hear him mentioning his name. I talked about Shakur Stevenson actually clout chasing Devin Haney. That's who I was talking to him, talking about the clout chasing. Devin Haney doing everything the right way. I have nothing against Devin Haney. I do believe that a lot of what he's saying is, or a lot of what he's doing is matchmaking, but based off what I heard there from Jerry, he is becoming the new Terence Crawford. So if Terence Crawford does retire before I get the opportunity to see him lose, then seeing Devin Haney lose would be just as good.
I'm gonna say it for some people in the chat for them. You ain't shit, Greg.
I'm not. I haven't been for a long time.
I'm cool with Haney for the most part. Outside of some of the bullshit with the sparring and everything. But the thing about the sparring with sparring is like Tank came up and pretty much because they're trying to pigeonhole him, talking about who could beat him. You know, and Tank said, "Oh yeah, they can't beat me because we already sparred and everything." And again, it's sparring, and people acting like the sparring happened when like Tank is 15 years older than Devin. They're what, 4 years different in age? They're not that much of a difference, I think they're what, 20 and 16 or something like that when they sparred. And again, it's sparring.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, so I don't really care about that. But
I don't either.
one of the things that you said earlier, Devin was the one. His camp was the one that continuously brought it up. Though they continued to go on with it for a while. Tank was just saying like it was good work, and then whatever he talked to Blue Blood, they try to push him on one side. So that's why Tank started feeling himself and started going off on it. But again, it's sparring from like 17 years ago, whatever it was. So it's irrelevant to a point because neither fighter is the same fighter that they were back then. Right now, both of them are well improved. And if they do fight, it's going to be a hell of a matchup between the two.
I'm sorry. King Art said, I think he's talking to me. You have a problem with guys with skills. No, I don't. I love Floyd. I love Floyd to death. I have a problem with guys with skills. So I'm not sure where you get that from. I'm going to tell you what I have a problem with. I have a problem with narratives that I don't think are real. That's where I have a problem with. That's really what I have a problem with. But anyway, let me open the line back up. I just wanted to pause there for us to talk real quick. Hey, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, please go ahead and go smash the like button so other people can find this content.
Yeah, so LL Music TV said, who do we have, Better Beeve or Bivol? My opinion on that fight there, that's a good-ass matchup. It's been in the works for 5 years, so I'm happy it's fully happened. I believe it's this June. I don't think Better can win a decision. I think he'd have to win by knockout.
I think this is my dog, Tunnel Vision. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling.
What's happening?
Yeah, nothing much, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not sure that dude that called in a couple of calls ago about Canelo and how they want to see like him fight like a real true-blooded Mexican or whatever it might be. And that Benavidez, Benavidez pay-per-view flopped or something like that. Benavidez is doing like $3 million at the gate right now. Munguia just fought and he did what? It was like 600,000. So, and he doesn't do pay-per-views. So there's no, when they're talking about the levels of popularity between those two guys, it's not even close. Okay? If you're comparing apples to moon rocks. So that's the thing when it comes to that. And it's kind of funny to me that they would say that, oh, you only want to see, pure-blooded Mexicans fight. Have you taken a look at Canelo Alvarez? I mean, with the red hair and whatever color eyes he got, Canelo Alvarez considered a KKK rally. Long as he keeps his mouth shut, he'll be fully comfortable and okay over there. Benavidez looks more Mexican. You put Benavidez next to Munguia and you put Canelo next to Munguia, who look like they're more related? Or they're closer to being the same, quote, race. So, and besides that, forget all that anyway. Like, the fight that people want to see is that fight against Benavidez. That's why PBC wants that fight also so bad. They said that's the biggest fight in boxing. That's what Leonard Ellerby said. That's the biggest fight in boxing. And so far, he's been on point with what he said. When people disagree with him, when he said fights are the biggest ones, and people said, no, they're not. Or when he said that fights aren't as big as the people think they are, and people saying, nah, it is. He's been the one that's been correct all the time. So if he says the biggest fight in boxing, I would say he's the biggest fight in boxing. I'm sure you guys have seen the analytics. By all means, you tell me, who do you see people talking about him fighting? Munguia or Benavidez?
It's Benavidez, dog. Nobody talking about Munguia.
Yeah, so when you look at those things, like you might personally want him to fight Munguia for whatever reason, but the fight that people want to see, including Mexicans, is Benavidez. And this whole thing, Mexicans want to see, quote, just Mexicans fight other Mexicans, I'm going to call crap on that too. Because at the end of the day, what are the biggest fights that we've seen as far as pay-per-view wise?
Mexican
it hasn't been a Mexican versus a Mexican. It's been Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd. It's been Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. It's been, what's his name? It's been even like a Ryan Garcia versus who? Tank Davis. That's been the highest ones that we've seen. It's always been like that combination. It hasn't been a, quote, Mexican versus a Mexican. That's not what it's been. So I'm going to call BS on that one. You know what I mean? So I mean, people can have their philosophy of what they think, but no, that's your own personal opinion. What people want to see, including a lot of Mexicans, is Canelo Alvarez taking on Benavidez. And you do that DNA test, hey, Benavidez going to have a whole lot more Mexican coming, showing his blood than Canelo Alvarez is. You know, and I'm willing to bet a whole lot of money on that. It's going to be a whole lot of Irish, Scottish, Dutch, whatever that's going to be popping up in Canelo's blood instead of, quote, Mexican blood.
Oh, man, I hear you.
Yeah, and as far as what's it called, that sparring tape, the issue isn't like what happened in the sparring. That's not what the problem was when it came to that, and that's not what the thing that people got the most hyped up about. It wasn't okay. Yeah, there's a difference in age or whatever. The issue was the fact that Bill Haney and his team for years have been lying about that. They were talking about how that was just a completely one-sided fight, how they dominated Tank Davis. In the last promotional thing, in the last day where they had the promotion for this fight, they actually said in that one that they stopped Tank Davis. That's actually what Bill Haney said. They said they stopped Tank Davis. Mm-hmm. So people want to say, oh, it's edited, oh, it's just a small part. You've seen enough. Because just by seeing that part, you see what they said clearly wasn't the truth. You know? And it's just another list of long lies that camp has been caught up in. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one that was held, to the hip for a long time because no one would release the tape. And I'm not sure why Devin's getting all upset about it being released because he's the one who said he wanted it to be released. He said he'll give Floyd Mayweather, I think it was $10,000 or $20,000 to release it. So you can't ask for something and then when it's done, you get upset. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any, because now it makes you look bad.
Right.
And as far as this whole hate thing, talk about, oh, Floyd's, he's been holding it in for a long time and Floyd's the hater, blah, 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 blah. No, that's BS. That's not what the case is. Devin Haney and his team have been the haters all of these years. Because for all of these years, they're the ones who have been pissing and trashing on Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather's cards, and Floyd Mayweather's, fighters. Every single Tank Davis fight that would come up, they would have something negative to say. Whether it would be Gamboa, oh, he's an old man, and obviously switched when he was fighting Gamboa. When it came to Barrios, they said Barrios, the reason why Tank is moving up from 130, and this is Devin saying this, the reason why Tank was moving up from 130 to 140 to fight Barrios, because Barrios' career was, whatever they call it, it was like made up. And that's why he was doing that. When it came to Hector Garcia, he put out a tape of Hector Garcia a week before the fight, talking about how, oh, that's a fight that, that guy was trash. We kicked him out of the camp because he was so trash, and he put up a short clip that didn't actually show what the hell he was talking about. And then after that, when it came to the Ryan Garcia fight, he was the one talking about how, Tank just fights for money and not legacy, and how that fight was trash.
Right.
That's what they were saying when it came to that particular fight. So his camp is the one who has the history of hating on people. They're the ones who have a history of hating on people, and they're the ones who have a history of trashing on people. They literally spend money to YouTube channels to piss and shit on people. Like, I don't understand how more of a hater you can be than that. Whether it be, Gary Russell Jr., Antoine Russell, Matias, Tank, Shakur, it just, the list goes on and on and on. So if you see the history of them that have been the haters, it's been them. Floyd Mayweather has been holding his tongue for a long time when it comes to this. He still hasn't said anything. The most that him and Ellerby usually say is like, yeah, they're just promoting their son. They're doing what they're supposed to do for their job, whatever, for their son. That's pretty much that. Or if Floyd says something, it's indirect. He doesn't say like the actual names or whatever it is. But Floyd hasn't been going off on him or saying anything negative about him at all. The only people who've been saying things is them. But then, like always, when things happen, they always start all of a sudden to play victim all of a sudden. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, I was only 16 years old and they're hating on me. Oh my gosh, why did they do this to me? All of a sudden then it turns to that. Because they can dish it out, but for whatever reason they have an issue with taking it. So, but I mean, it is what it is. And I disagree with you. I don't think this is helping their fight at all. I don't think this is helping the fight at all. I think this helps Tank, because I guess once again, they've taken all the energy that they should be putting onto this fight, and they gave all that energy to Tank. Just like when he fought against Regis, right after the fight, instead of having everybody focus on the great work that he did, it was Tank. Within a couple of days, people forgot about the Regis fight, and it was just all about Tank Davis. And once again, they talked so much about Tank, and with this tape coming out, it's all about Tank now and what Tank did to him. No one's going to look at him and be like, oh, man, yo, look how Devin got his ass whipped by Tank. Oh, yeah, I want to go see his fight now. Like, like if somebody, a tape of you getting your ass whipped, why are they going to make people want to go see you fight? So I disagree with that. I think what it's done is it's brought more hype onto Tank, and then when the Tank versus, and it's made people want to see Tank more now. And when Tank versus Martin gets announced, all this energy is going to be boom to him because people are now going to want to see his responses. They're going to want to ask him questions about that, and they're going to want to see his fight. So I have to disagree with that. I don't think it's bringing – I think it's actually taken away from the fight because people are talking more about this actual – people are talking about more about a sparring that happened 10 years ago, and then they are talking about that actual fight. And no one's even talking about what could happen inside of that ring of the fight. They're talking about either this sparring tape and what Tank did to him, or they're talking about is Ryan going to even make it to the fight. And that's it. So I don't think this necessarily helps it. I think what would have helped it if there was a sparring tape of Ryan beating up Devin. I think that would have brought a lot of energy to the fight, and people would have made people want to see the fight more. Because it would have been like, oh, maybe he has a chance of beating him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he, there's something about his style that he just has. Has him be kind of almost like a Vernon Forrest versus Shane Mosley kind of thing. And you could kind of put it towards like that kind of avenue. But with the way things are, I don't think at all that is helping them at all.
I feel you. That makes sense to me. I don't know if I actually said it is helping them, but I think I know that they're trying to actually use it as a promotional tool.
Well, it ain't working. That's also I think about that. And yeah, the last thing, and then what's it called? Then I'm gone. Yeah, Jason, man, why do you keep saying that Devin got a bad deal when he went to what's it called, to Australia? Because that makes no sense whatsoever. This guy got a 3-fight deal. At that time, Devin Haney was bringing in less than 3,000 people to his fights. His gates were doing less than 200,000 to the gates. Yet he was being offered 2 fights where he got paid $3 million for each one of those fights, and he had no belt. Like the main, what's it called? Cambos is the one who had just come off the major wins, and he had 3 of the belts, 4 of the belts, whatever, depending on who you talk to. But he's the one who did all the work. So did somebody who wasn't generating no kind of numbers at all was given $3 million for that fight. He was given $3 million for the rematch, and then he got $4 million. He only made $1 more million versus Lomachenko than he did those 3 fights. As the undisputed champion of the world, it's not like he got those belts, and all of a sudden he jumped to $8-9 million. He got $1 more million for the Lomachenko fight. He made $10 million in 3 fights. That was way more money than he had made in his entire career. And then, what's it called? So I don't understand, why you say that was a bad deal for somebody in his space to be given $3 million.
I mean, I'm not talking about as far as what he generated from numbers standpoint. I'm talking about as far as a fighter. I felt he was a better fighter. I felt like for him just to get the actual fight, Loma had to go to war, basically, fight for his country. For him to get the fight with that, and then he had to go through all the hoops to fight Cambosos. He had to go over there twice. That's why I'm saying it's a shitty ending. I'm not talking about from necessarily a money standpoint like that. I'm talking about as far as what he had to sign up for and to have to fight Loma. Why did Loma have to be part of that deal? He wanted to fight for the undisputed championship. That's what I'm talking about. It's shitty. I didn't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, well, this is the thing though. In order for him to get paid $3 million twice, they had to go to Australia twice to get paid that money because the Queensland's government was the one that was putting up that money. Bobby Earl wasn't paying that dude $3 million to fight in the United States. That fight wasn't going to make any money in the United States. Those 2 fights, viewership-wise, didn't do the numbers that Shakur Stevenson did for those 2 fights. So in order for him to get $3 million twice, he had to go over there. was to Australia to fight. Not to mention Kambosos the one who had 3 belts. Kambosos the one who beat T.O. So yeah, so in a fight like that, you're going to have to do something like that. There's nothing. That was basically, it was a rematch clause. That's not something that's abnormal. In fights like that, we have rematch clauses like that all the time. Where you'll fight a person there, and if that person loses, you got to come back and beat me again. That's not something that was specific to Devin Haney, like that happened just to him. That happens in all fights in that type of situation. Like there was nothing different when it comes to that. And then you're getting paid. What's it called? For that 4th fight, you have to fight Lomachenko. You have to do that because Bob Arum's the one paying for that. So he's putting it into a space where his company obviously is gonna be helped in the situation, but he also got monetarily paid for it. He got paid $4 million, and that's the main fight that actually launched his career. So how is it bad when that's a fight that actually launched him to the next level?
I didn't like the way it was set up. I didn't. My bad, saw something. I didn't like the way it was set. I didn't like the fact that he had to get strong arm to fighting that dude, especially Loma coming off of where he had to come from on an aspect there. I didn't think it was right in that aspect for Devin to have to fight Loma as attached to that deal. I don't have a problem with a rematch because that happens all the time. That's not exclusive to Devin. I just felt like Devin had been being ducked by Loma, and I just didn't like, me personally, I just don't like the way it was set up. That's why it was a shitty deal. I thought he should have only had to fight Kambosos those 2 fights and then move on from there.
Yeah, but if there's no way Top Rank was going to do something like that, though. Like, that would be stupid on Top Rank's part of it. Like, okay, you're going to let him fight 2 fights. You're going to pay him, basically put him into a space where he's getting paid over 2-fight deal $6 million, which is way more than he actually generates. And then you're just going to let him go? That doesn't make, for him as a company, that makes no sense. And even though he was fighting Lomachenko, he could have really effed him up and he could have put it in a way where it could have been like, hey, for that 3rd fight, you only getting $3 million for that fight too. But he didn't do that. He didn't do him dirty in any way. He gave him $4 million. And then he also put him into the platform that built him to the point where, okay, now when he finally left, he was able to he went from 200,000 at the gate to 1.7 million. And then from that fight, it pushed him into the fight that he's in right now. So that structure actually helped him. He wasn't going to do it. Who else was going to do a pay-per-view at that time or what's going to get what he got? Like, it was like that whole deal, like, helped him. It helped get him to exactly where he is right now. He could have been stuck over there in the zone. He could have been over there stuck in the zone, not get the profile that he got, and still be trying to grow over there. Because him being on ESPN, that's what grew him. Being seen by 1 million people twice and then being on a pay-per-view on ESPN Plus instead of that trash platform over there who has hard times doing pay-per-view numbers. Like, that whole deal helped him. So I don't understand how anybody can call that a trash deal. That's just a set 3-fight deal where he got paid $10 million and catapulted his career to stratospheres he never would have reached if he had just stayed on the zone, which he was getting no traction, despite him paying all these YouTube channels to talk about him.
The thing is, for me, I just didn't like the way it was strong arm with that. I understand what you say. I understand why Top Rank wanted him to go elsewhere after that second fight with Kambosos. I was thinking more of a line where I could see a fight with him possibly fighting Shakur or Tank for that 3rd fight on that time at that point in time, because it would be undisputed. I know Shakur had gone up for that, so that's what I was looking. I would rather see those fights. Now, he looked good and won the fight against Loma. That helped him out because everyone had Loma at a high regard and they thought Loma was going to beat him, and it didn't happen. So he benefited from that deal. I just don't like the way it was structured. I don't like being strong arm into a deal like that. The way I thought he was strong arm into that deal right there. That's just why I didn't like the way it was set up. Yeah.
No one forced him to do the deal. Like, I don't understand how you can strong arm somebody if you're giving him $10 million. Hey, hey guy, I'm going to give you more money than you've ever made in your entire career in these 3 fights, and I'm going to put you into a space where you can catapult your career to a whole different level. That's not strong arming. I mean, like, That's not strong arming, especially when it's somebody he signed to the zone. He chose to be in that space. And his team could have got him that fight. His team wouldn't pay. So he wouldn't have been in that structure or that deal if the people that he decided to do business with and Eddie Hearn were able to get that fight, were paid for that fight. The people that he chose to do business with wouldn't pay the money that was necessary to make the deal like that. They wouldn't do it. If they had paid for it, if Eddie Hearn had paid for that deal, then it would be a 2-fight deal. So now the people that you're working with will not pay for this deal to get it done, but then a third party, so other party over there is saying, yeah, hey, I'll get you that shot at undisputed that you want. But in return, I want a third fight. Then I'm going to pay you a lot for, by the way. I'm going to give you $4 million for that. You know what I mean? I'm going to need that third fight, but I'm going to get you that shot at undisputed and pay you substantially more than you've ever made and substantially more than you're actually worth if you go by what you actually generate and what you actually, bring to the table. That's not strong arming. That's putting a deal in front of somebody. A good deal in front of them. And you can decide to either take that or not take it and just go to 140 or go in a different direction. But I think the part that you usually just kind of like gloss over the decisions that he made in his career and the spaces that he decided to be in. And like you act as if like everybody's supposed to just ignore that. And the people are just supposed to just give Devin what he wants because Devin just deserves the world. And people are not supposed to look at their business or what they're doing. They're supposed to just give Devin it's his best interest and who he likes. He chose to go to the zone. He could have went to Top Rank. He chose to go to the zone. He could have stayed at Showtime and be a part of PBC. He chose not to do that. He chose to go over there. So now people are just supposed to say, hey, whatever, just take the belts and then you can just go and be on your merry way. No, we all know that's not realistic. O'Shaquie Fawcett, he just signed a Top Rank. Guess what he had to do? What he did with that? He signed a multi-fight deal. I think it was a 3-fight deal. There's nothing abnormal about that, about doing something like that. And there's nothing raw deal about that, about what he was given, especially in the space that he was given. And I just think that it's all. Let me see. I think it's all based, how you feel about that particular situation. I don't see it as being a raw deal or a shitty deal at all. I think that was actually an awesome deal for him. And according to him, if it was so bad, according to Bill Haney, why were they trying to add supposedly, he said they were trying to add a 4th fight to the deal. And he wanted to supposedly add Shakur to the deal. So if the 3-fight deal was so trash, why did they, quote, try to add Shakur to the deal for a 4th fight then?
Good question.
I don't think Jason got an answer for it, man. Tono, anything else you want to share with the people?
That's it. We're all good with that. Yeah, stop saying that, man. Stop coddling that boy like he's a child. That's a grown ass freaking man. He's almost 30 damn years old. Stop coddling him. You're always trying to hug him like a little bear or something like that. You need to stop doing that.
I'm not doing that with Dev.
Y'all have a good night, though.
All right, Tunnel, later. Damn, Tunnel cook Jason. I just sat there and let him cook him. All right, Jay, we had hour and 57 minutes after that cooking, man. You nice and well done and ready for dinner. What else do we got? I know we don't have any other topics. I mean, we might well just go ahead and shut this one down because I don't think there was anybody else that was calling in. First and foremost, man, I just want to thank everybody for participation in the show today. Excuse me?
You missed something.
What did I miss?
Bivol and Beterbiev.
Oh, I ain't got no answer for that. I was never gonna answer that. I ain't got no answer for that. Every time somebody asks me that, I'm like, I can't call it right now. I gotta look at it. But yeah, thanks for everybody that participated in the show. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please smash the like button. Before you leave, make sure you go up there to the channel that's pinned to the top. That's AM Sports Cover 4. Go become a subscriber. As I mentioned before, $200 gift card to the first 1,000 subscribers. So definitely go over there and subscribe. I'm sorry?
we'll do a raffle. Once we get 1,000, we'll do a raffle.
Yeah, a raffle.
Out of this.
Yes. A raffle for $200. I think people knew that. Make sure you go over there and hit the subscribe button for that particular channel. Go support, man. Even if you don't follow college football like that, help us get to 1,000 so we can monetize that channel. What else we got going on, Jay? Anything else we need to share with the people?
We'll be having some content this coming week. It's a fight Friday night.
Yeah, we'll be having some content coming soon. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Until next week. Peace.